Hello educators, and welcome back to Conscious Teaching's Top 10 Tips, Tricks, and Strategies to get your next school year off to a great start. Today we have tip number 6, which is going to cover teacher movement and the power of proximity. In our last video, we talked about the neurological implications of student movement within the classroom, and teacher movement can play an equally important role. When we talk about using proximity with our students, we simply need to remember that the closer we are to our students while we're teaching, the more they're going to pay attention and learn, and the better they are going to behave. So we want to set a goal for ourselves. We want to try to get within 3 feet of every student in our classroom at least once per class or lesson. But how do we do that? One way is to be thoughtful with our classroom setup and design, and make sure that we are allowing ourselves easy pathways for proximity within our classrooms. I want to share a visual with you of a typical classroom set up in rows, and we're pretty good as teachers about utilizing these vertical pathways to be close to our students, but this horizontal gap here is really underutilized and can be a great way to make sure that we're really getting all of these students in the back, which, let's face it, is where some of our less engaged students tend to place themselves. Now, sometimes classroom setup is a little bit more challenging. For example, if you are teaching in an environment with lab tables bolted to the floor, you're going to have to get more creative and think about times where you can circulate without tripping over everybody, perhaps when the students are working independently or while they're working on labs. If you are accustomed to teaching from up front because you use your computer for your lessons, you might think about investing in a remote clicker so you can be circulating throughout your class while you are teaching and be less tied to your computer. Lots of different things to think about as we design our classrooms with an eye to proximity. So as we are using our proximity, the other thing we want to remember is that we want to be close to our students when we are talking to them or when we are trying to redirect behavior, but we want to move further away while the students are contributing. Here's why. If I'm using my proximity to redirect the behavior of a student who is talking while I am teaching or who is not paying attention, they may discover that they actually have something to add to the discussion. If I call on that student when I'm still in close proximity to them, they will answer in a voice designed for me to hear when I am very close, which then turns it into more of a one-on-one conversation. So if I just walk away a little bit before I call on them, they will respond in a voice designed for me to hear. But now I'm further away, so more of the class is involved in that discussion. Think about how you could change your classroom or arrange your classroom to give you more opportunities for teacher proximity. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. I'm Katie Anderson, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.